Xtreme Onechunk Ironman is a game mode mostly governed by RNG, and I don't mean just the RNG of getting massively rare items on drop rate, but also in what order you get those grinds in. The same grind can be vastly different for different people because of multiple factors, such as availability of good gear, bank access and the thing you are grinding. For example, 81 fishing would be no problem for me at all because I have access to all sorts of different fishing spots, but for people who roll Port Cassard before any other fishing method have to get 81 fishing with just the fishing trawler, which is a multiple 100-hour grind, except if you're named Josh. One of the most usual mega rare drops that Onechunk accounts have to get early on is the curved bone, a 1 in 5,000 drop that can be dropped by any monster that also drops big bones. Giant frogs, hill giants, moss giants, fire giants, Vedion, mammoths, you name it. This leads to many different kinds of scenarios that can be either a nice and simple grind or a multiple 100-hour slog. For example, if you start in Lumbridge, you're most likely going to get giant frogs as your first big bone monster, which are extremely fast and easy to kill with any weapon you might have. Me on the other hand, well, I got ice trolls, which don't seem that bad at first but are actually almost as tanky as greater demons. And I am killing them with whatever the hell this ranging setup is. So far I have killed over 5,000 of these little runs, and I'm not intending to release this episode before I get that bone. So without further ado, let's get straight into it. Cue the intro. Welcome back to Xtreme Onechunk Rellekka, or Yatiso edition. We are back here killing ice trolls, and I have been here for quite a while since the last episode. There is 70 ranged already. We could now wear Black Dragon Hide, and that is 1,000 total level as well. A pretty big milestone for the account, I think. And yeah, as Zaya pointed out, that was planned. But here we go. We also have a couple of lamps, 26 agility. So yeah, I have been mostly on a trip for a couple of days, and I was kind of saving that level for when I get back home so I could record it. There's all sorts of levels right there. Yeah, let's continue on. I'm about, I think, 6,000 kills at the moment, so already quite over the rate for the curved bone. We have a lot of long bones, but no curved bones yet, so here's hoping we will get it soon. Switching it up for some melee training, there is level 60 defense and 81 combat. The clips are very far apart. That was maybe like 2 or 3 days after the last clip, because there really isn't that much content to go here. Just killing the same ice trolls over and over again, getting the same loot over and over again, and closing in on 7,000 kills already. And with this kill we should be getting the last set of big bones for another big milestone right there, level 50 prayer. Another set of couple lamps, and they should bring us very close to level 27 agility. Only a couple more levels and we could use the bike in Kelgrim to train some agility, maybe in the future. Getting all the nice round numbers today, level 70 hit points, that is beautiful. Over 7,000 kills at the moment, still no curved bones, so we are almost 1.5 times dry for it, so yeah, not really enjoying this all that much anymore, but hopefully we get it soon. $7,235 ice trolls for this little fucker right here. The curved bone, finally. Last night on mobile I got it. Obviously it happens on mobile, so I don't get to record it, but well, we finally have it. That is over 120 hours of killing ice trolls. Maybe even more, maybe closer to like 150 hours because of the banking and everything, but yep, finally we have it. 27 long bones and the curved bone finally in the bank and in the collection log, and that is one of the biggest chunk tasks I have done so far. Yeah, let's go ahead and sell everything else that we don't need here, and we are done with the grind. And there it is in the collection log, 27 long bones, 1 curved bone. We went quite over rate for the long bones. I think we should have gotten like 18 or 19, and we have 27, so that's kind of something. But anyways, that is the grind done. Let's go ahead and sell everything, and we are moving on, finally. So just to give you a little couple of thoughts about the grind, it was pretty brutal. At the end, it was kind of AFK, at least when I was ranging. When I was meleeing, I had to prayer flick, so that was not really enjoyable, but the ranging wasn't too bad. The supplies are extremely good. We have a lot of different seeds if we roll a farming grind in the future, and obviously a lot of money, like over 4 mil, I think, at this point. And yeah, it took a long time. It took a very long time. Each kill was like 1 minute, and if I was ranging them, I had to hop world after each kill because they spawn only one at a time and like very infrequently. So maybe like 1.5 minutes per kill, accounting for the banking and everything. So yeah, it took a very long time to get those. Like compared to giant frogs, which I talked about in the intro, those are like, I think you could get like easily 500 kills an hour or something, and I was getting maybe like 50 to 60 kills per hour, so like 10 times slower. But anyways, it is now done. This is the final piece of cash that we are gonna get from this, and bank it, and yeah. Not really sure what to do next. I guess the mining grind that we left off in the last episode is the next order of business. We really only need 70 mining and 88 smithing, and then we are done with Yetizo completely. And then we can finally roll a new chunk. Probably not in this episode, because 88 smithing is still gonna take like 200 hours. But maybe in the next episode. Slap that last bit of money into the bank, and we have a lot of money. 4,233,486 coins. 4.2 mil, mainly just from the ice troll drop. So that is really great. Really good for the smithing grind. And obviously we have everything else. And the stats are looking very good. We have 60 attack, 60 defense, 70 ranged, 70 hit points, and 72 strength. So really getting up there in the attack department. So now that that is done, let's get back into the mining grind that we left off in the last episode. We need level 70 mining, which equals to about 15,000 iron ore, with an iron pickaxe in the Yetizo mines. So back to the mines we go. Oh, and we are starting off with a random event, the Quizmaster. Can we get a stale baguette is the question. And the mystery box is 20 nature runes. Yet again, that is the third time in a row I have gotten 20 nature runes for a mystery box. Can't complain. Nature runes are always good. Better than cabbages or onions or flyers at least. So, but yeah, as for the mining goal, we have 514,000 XP to go. We are 1.5% there. So really haven't done anything regarding this grind. And with just these 2 iron rocks, it is not as fast as it could be with like 3 iron rocks in a triangle formation, but what can you do? This is the best setup that we can get, the best XP I think we can get, so this is what we're gonna do until level 70 at least. And as for the XP per hour, you can see right there about 18.7, maybe like 20k per hour when I'm focusing, so it's about a 25-hour grind to get there. The first level of the grind coming in, level 58 mining. Oh, that is a nice little side benefit. We are getting all sorts of uncut gems from the mining, of course. If you remember, in one of the previous episodes, I was hunting for an uncut diamond for maybe like 20 or 30 hours, just big net fishing, some caskets up. Really could have used this uncut diamond then, but well, we're gonna see how many we get on the road to 70. Last episode I said Ring Ring is the richest NPC in RuneScape, but that was not always the case. Mr. Ring used to pay for a subscription service to our hospitable friend Van Liga over there, an unnecessarily high rent to King Sorvot, and spent way too much money on useless shit Sigmund was selling him. After he started spending less money on subscriptions and saving up for the mining operation, his finances grew beyond anything Yetizo has ever seen. Similarly, I am saving up for a new audio interface to make my content even better for you guys to listen to, and I really want to get on top of my expenses. Well, today's sponsor Rocket Money is here to help. Rocket Money is the personal finance app that helps you cancel subscriptions, lower bills, and manage your money better. I am using Rocket Money to safely and securely identify recurring charges and help me cancel unwanted subscriptions. You can even cancel from within the app with just a couple of taps, no need to worry about customer service calls. You can also use Rocket Money to lower your bills bills by simply uploading a photo of your bill and tapping a few buttons, and Rocket Money will negotiate your bills for you, from internet service to cable and phone bills. Rocket Money has helped save its customers up to $740 a year when they use all the features, with over $500 million in cancelled subscriptions. To save more and spend less, join the over 5 million members using Rocket Money today. Go to rocketmoney.com/lunita or click the link in the description to get started for free, and you can also unlock even more features with premium. That's rocketmoney.com/lunita to get started for free. Thank you to Rocket Money for sponsoring today's video. Oh, look at that, we have a crashed star, and I am the first person to find it. And that is a level 6 or size 6 star, so we need level 60 mining. I have 58. Unfortunate, but I guess I could mine it with my main ironman until like the tier 5 and then come back here with the rellekker and mine it with that. But before that, there is really quickly level 59 mining, 1 level away from being able to mine that star. But now I am bringing in my main account to the star. Let's see if we can mine it. There he is, our Lord and Savior, coming in to mine the star. At least the first tier of it, so we can mine it with rellekker. I don't know how much XP per hour these give on a iron pickaxe at level 59 mining, but we will see. Alright, the star has been mined for the first tier. Let's go and see it. And someone in the chat, Goblin Chunk, just got level 99 mining, so big congratulations there. I'm a little bit behind of you, but I'm coming here. So that is a tier 5 star that we can mine, 32 XP per mine, which is almost the same as iron ore. That gives 35, I think. So let's see how much XP we're getting per hour. I have absolutely no idea. Well, that is the first tier done. We are now down to a tier 4 star, and we got 80 stardust and 10k XP per hour. So this is actually completely ass. It's like twice as less XP as iron ore is, but obviously this is a very AFK, so that is a bonus, but yeah, not very good XP at all. Back into the iron mines we go, and there is level 60 mining. You can now enter the world famous mining guild. Well, not for a while. It's in Falador. So, yeah. But there we go, 60 mining. 61 mining. Members can now mine with the dragon pickaxe, if I had one. Level 62 mining. And 63 mining right there. 64 mining, 6 more levels to go. I can now mine tainted essence chunks within the abyssal scar. I don't even know what that means. But we are over a third of the way there, so only like 60% more to go and we are done. Another big milestone, 65. Members can now mine lovakite. Alrighty, and this inventory is very stacked with gems and clues. Let's see the clues. We have 1 medium and 1 elite. I have no hopes of completing these. Edge will, yep, not gonna happen in a million years. Nope, definitely not. So drop that. And the elite clue is wise. That is actually pretty close, but I think you need some sort of quests. Yeah, we are not getting there in a long time. I think you need like My Arms Adventure and something else as well. So, yep, not happening either. Drop it. 66 mining, and we have yet another elite clue. Let's see this one. Horatio in East Ardoin. I mean, it's kind of close by, only like 3 chunks. And that's not too bad. But we do have some elite steps in Rellekka as well, so yeah, this is going to the ground as well. And we are 53.8% of the way there, so over halfway done. Only a couple of more levels to go, and then we can move on to some smithing grinds. 67 mining, 3 more levels to go. Only like a third of the way anymore, and we are done. And we have yet another clue, this time a medium, and this is Cecilia and Falador Bark. Yuppers. I found a very nice tier 6 star in Rellekka, so I mined it, got almost all the way to level 68. Just a couple of XP drops away. But anyways, we have a hard clue from that mining. Fairy Queen, that is probably the hardest one yet. That will probably require most of the map unlocked before we get there. So yeah, that is definitely going to the ground. But yeah, I got almost like 400 Stardust. Obviously, I don't do anything with Stardust until we get to Falador, which is like at least years away probably. So it's kind of useless, but so is dropping iron, I guess. But let's go ahead and get this level right here. Just one more iron ore, and we should have the level 68 mining. 2 more levels to go, 25%. Oh, the longest level starts now. And that is the longest level all done. 69 mining, everybody clap and laugh. It's the funny number. 14% more to go, 69,000 XP. Actually, that's quite a perfect number. But yeah, we have a lamp here. Let's go ahead and put that into agility, and that is level 27 agility. Just as a reminder, why I am putting all of these lamps into agility is because at level 30 we can use the pedals or the bike inside the blast furnace in Kilgrim if we roll the chunk to train agility, and that might open up a lot of content in the future, for example Dagon of Kings, which require 85 agility, or a rune throne axe. Just a couple more ores and we are completely done with the mining experience in the Yatizo mines. Come on, boy, it has been 25 hours in these mines mining the same 2 iron rocks, and this is going to be the last one of the batch. There we go. 70 mining, you can now mine adamantite and also soft clay and size 7 stars. And we have that beautiful yellow completed goal in the mining. That is nice. But yeah, that is it. We can now mine adamantite. That was well, not that bad of a grind, but it was kind of boring to be honest. But the prize always stands in the end. We get to mine all of this adamantite ore and start checking off some chunk goals off our list. So basically all the chunk goals we have left is just 88 smithing and everything that comes with it. The Addy plate legs, Addy chain body, Addy plate body, so on and so on. But basically everything is done when we get 88 smithing. And I think for all of the chunk goals we should only need... Oh, Achievement Diary Stage 1. I didn't actually know that this is an Achievement Diary. Yeah, as it turns out, it is a hard diary task to mine 5 adamantite ore here. I don't even think this was in the chunk picker for some reason, but well, here is the chunk task for that, so let's go ahead and cross that off as well. I think I'm gonna mine like an inventory or something of this adamantite, and that should be enough for all of the chunk tasks that we need. And yeah, let's get to it. And these adamantite rocks are the prime example of doing some tick manipulation to get the double rolls on the ores, so you basically just mine these a lot faster. And I did this in an earlier episode in Rellekka with coal rocks, I think, so I'm not gonna explain it fully here, and I didn't think Josh just explained it in his video, and Settle has explained it in his video as well, so I'm not gonna completely explain it. But basically what you need to do if you're using an iron pickaxe like I am, you mine on 1 tick, then you wait for 6 ticks, and then you mine on the 7th tick. So you get 2 rolls on the 7th tick. And especially with the iron pickaxe, this is actually very simple to do. All you have to do is wait until you hear the audio cue for your pickaxe hitting the rock, and then you click away 1 tile and click back at the rock. And then you just repeat it until... there you go, it works. So yeah, it's gonna make it like twice as fast, basically, to mine these adamantite ores. You just click on the rock, wait for the audio cue, click away, click back on the rock, and rinse and repeat until you succeed in mining the ore. It's still only like, I think, 15% chance or something like that at my level, so it's not like it's gonna work every time, but you can see it's pretty fast actually. And there we go, that is the hard task done in the fremennik area, mining 5 adamantite ore in the Yatizo caves. So that is a chunk task done. Alrighty, that is 20 adamantite ore mined up, and this should be more than enough for every chunk task that we need to do on Yatizo, and if I ever need some more I can just go back there and mine some more. But for now let's go ahead and bank this and start smelting it up. There we go, and there you can see all of the stardust. I did do some, like a few stars, maybe like 5 or 6 stars that I mined, so there's some stardust, even though it's not really useful for anything. But let's go ahead and smelt this. I don't actually know. Let's see. Adamantite is 6 coal and 1 addy ore. That is kinda expensive. And I don't think anybody does that without blast furnace normally, so let's go ahead and see. So 1, 2, 3, and 18 and Okay, and we can do one more. Yeah, 4 times 6 is kind of elementary level math. I don't know why my brain just shut off there, but there we go. 4 adamantite ore at a time and 24 coal, and we can go ahead and smelt all of this up. Here we go, the first adamantite bar of the account. And by the way, for the smithing, we are 18% towards our goal, so there's still a lot of smithing left to do before we can leave Yatizo. Don't get it twisted. But yeah, we are 71, so we can only make daggers and axes at the moment, so really no chunk tasks available just yet. But I think it'll take maybe like 2, maybe 3, even 4 weeks to get that 88 smithing with my method, so yeah, it's gonna take a while. But to be honest, weirdly enough, I am kinda enjoying smithing on rellekka and Yatizo, even though it takes a lot of time. It's kind of like, I don't know, it's maybe like an ultimate ironman thing that you're kind of carrying that 9 iron and 18 coal and a lyre. You're smelting everything and then immediately smithing and selling them, so you're doing like a full trip all the time instead of like, you know, smelting a million bars and then smithing them at the animal. And yeah, I don't know, I just feels it's kind of like satisfying for some reason. Remind me to think again in 3 weeks if it's still satisfying or not. There we go, that was the last of the adamantite bars, so now we have 20 Addy bars stacked up ready to go for all of those chunk tasks. Now we just need 17 more levels of smithing, and that is equal to like 170, 180,000 ores that we still need to buy from Ring and smelt and smith up and sell. Let's get to it. 72 smithing. The first one, we can now make adamantite maces, which actually is not a chunk task, kind of. So for some reason, the chunk picker says that actually a mithril mace is the best in slot for brayer bonus, but I think the adamant mace is just strictly better. So I'm just gonna make both of them here just to avoid any confusion. There's the Addy mace and then the mithril mace, and let's see if this actually is... Yeah, there's really no difference, as I expect that the adamant mace is just better. So I guess chunk task done. Adamantite, mithril mace, whatever. Which one ever it is, we are done. The sharks from that ice troll grind is coming in very clutch here. We are gonna need so many teleports into rellekka. Although I'm kind of thinking it actually might be just faster to walk to rellekka and back and not use any layer teleports, because I have to... These only have 2 teleports, so I only have to like teleport twice, and then I have to change it up in the bank. I have to equip a new one, and you know, it's all this hassle, so I might just walk. Another real player in rellekka. What is this? Oh my god, Sunzurk. Look at this boss. Ava's accumulator, rune simi, a rune plate, but a rune boots, rune everything. A bear head and an amulet of glory and a combat bracelet and a Zamorak book. That is weird equipment, but a cute noob, I guess. Although if he is a cute noob, what the hell am I then? Oh. Hey, guess who just missed a level, and a pretty big one at that. 73 smithing gives us the ability to make adamant bolts, which in the future might become diamond or ruby addy bolts, which are amazing ammunition for just about any content. And it is also a chunk task to make and equip some Addy bolts, so there we go, 10 unfledged, and the fledged Addy bolts plus 100 range strength. That is crazy compared to what I was wearing before with the steel arrows. But yeah, that is a chunk task done as well. Let's go ahead and move forward. And I just calculated that if I buy the whole stock from Ring and make all of the bars into steel plate bodies, I'll be making around 109 GP of profit every steel bar. And it is a bit of an issue because I can only carry 9 steel bars worth of materials to the furnace, so I'll have to drop 1 bar every other trip to make into 2 steel plate bodies. But anyways, if I do that the whole way to 88 smithing, I would end up with around 6 million GP in profit, I think. Making my total cash tag over 10 million, and that would be absolutely sick. Having a green cash tag with a rellekka and Yatizo locked ironman of all things would be mind-blowing. I mean, of course there's some variation in the cost. Sometimes the shop isn't fully stocked and I end up paying more than normally for the ores. And if I want to make arrow tips or something easier than 9 steel plate bodies every 5 trips, which is kind of an awkward method, I'm not gonna lie, the profits are gonna be a bit smaller. But anyways, continuing on, maybe we will hit that magical green 10 million cash jack at the end of this, or at least get pretty close to it. Another smithing level 74 right there. We can now make Addy short swords, Addy darts, Addy nails, the Emberlight, the new one. There's actually a typo right there. That's triggering. And that is also 1025 total level. Pretty cool. Didn't really unlock any new chunk tasks or anything in that level, just the Addy swords, which are not better than our current swords. So, yep, nothing there at the moment. And this is what I'm doing at the moment. You might have seen me drop that steel bar there right in the previous clip. And now I am making 9 more steel bars, picking this one up so we get into 10 steel bars. So basically every 2 trips I am making 3 steel plate bodies and 1 set of steel plate legs. And that is kind of a good compromise, I think, for using the bars as efficiently as I can, because I really can't be asked to make 9 steel plate bodies every 5 trips. That is kind of like a... that's just very awkward to do. So, yep, this is a pretty good compromise, I think. Getting 2 steel plate bodies every 2 trips and then 1 steel plate body and 1 steel plate legs every 2 trips is pretty good, I think. Big level right there, 75 smithing. You can now make Addy scimitars, Addy arrowheads, Addy spears, Addy hastays, chasing gloves, dragon kite shields, and the sturdy harness. What a load of bullshit that is. Nothing unlocked there. The fremennik blade that we have is actually better than an adamant scimitar. It's the same stats, but it's a little bit lighter, so strictly it's kind of a little bit better than a Addy scimitar, so we don't really unlock anything there. Just continuing on. But this level, on the other hand, is going to be massive. 76, and we can now make Addy longswords, Addy crossbow limbs, adamant javelin... adamant javelin heads and crystal tools. But mainly the Addy crossbow limbs is actually very huge. An adamant crossbow can shoot the adamant bolts that we made, so that would be a pretty massive upgrade for the rest of the account, I think. So let's go ahead and try to make one. So this should be all that I need. We are going to need the crossbow string for somewhere, and there is actually one little spot that we might be able to do it. I'm not really sure if we can, but let's go ahead and see. There should be some bears right around here. Yep. They are not actually in my chunk. They are spawning in the other chunk, like where that big bear is to the left. Like right there somewhere. But they do drop bear meat. And we should be able to take this bear meat and then make it into sinew, which we can then turn into a crossbow string. Pretty handy. Although, now that I actually think about it, we might need a range for this. Or can we use the fires? Let's see. Spit roast, use the bear meat here. Yeah, it just cooks it. And then we can just burn it. And that is it. Okay. That is kind of unfortunate. So we do need a range for that. As far as I can tell, I don't have access to a range at the moment, but there is something here in the longhouse. It says a cooking range here on the map. And that means the big fire in the middle of the longhouse in Rellekka. And there's not anything in Yetizo, as you can see, and nothing in Rellekka either. So I don't know if that fire works as a cooking range. It kind of feels weird that it would, but it says a cooking range on the map, so we're gonna go and test it out. We have a couple of more bear meats here. Let's go and see if it actually is a range or just a fire. So yeah, I think it does mean this fire here, this big bonfire in the middle. We are right next to it on the minimap, so yeah, I think this is a range, but it doesn't act like a range. I don't know. Is that just like a bug or something, like an oversight? It isn't anything else here. The candles? No, that doesn't make any sense. Kegs? Bar pumps? No. No. It has to be the middle fire here. It's pointing right here, the icon is. So... yeah, there is one more range in Rellekka that I know of, and that is upstairs of Peter's house, where you cook something in the quest, the fremennik trials. But I don't think we can get inside here. Yeah, I am a member of the fremennik already, so I don't want to go back up there. Although I would really like to use range there. No crossbow string for us at the moment. That is unfortunate. The closest range I can think of is either here in Sinclair Manor. Right there should be a cooking range. And I think there's one on Needisnot as well. And maybe in Kellegrim. Yeah, it seems like there is one in Nate is not. So yeah, maybe in the future we will roll a chunk that has an actual range and not just a fire that looks like a range or a range that looks like a fire. And we could maybe make this into a crossbow string and then make the Addy crossbow. But anyways, let's go ahead and make the Addy limbs. We are probably gonna need them in the future. So there we go, Addy limbs done. That is not a chunk task, but it's a, just nice to have. I am an actual complete idiot. You also need mahogany stalks for Addy crossbows, right there, adamantite / mahogany crossbows. So yeah, disregard everything I said in the last like 3 minutes. We're gonna need a mahogany stock, and the only way is Keldergrim basically. So yeah. Level 77 smithing and another chunk task unlock. Addy full helms, Addy throwing knives, and Shazian boots 4. And the throwing knives are our best in slot ranging weapons, I guess, 2-tick ranging weapons at least. So that is a chunk task that we need to do. And there we go, Addy knives are done. I don't think we really need to use these anywhere, but they are equipped and done, and that is a chunk task as well. Plus 15 range bonus, plus 14 range strength, and 2-tick weapon, obviously pretty nice. I have made some grave miscalculations somewhere, I don't know how, but it seems like I should end up with about 12 to 13 millions of cash after the grind is done. I'm now up to 5.2 mils, so yeah, that is going great, and yeah, I guess I'm going to be richer than Mr. Ring himself. Here's my promise to you, next episode we are finally leaving Yatizo and rolling a new chunk, so make sure you are subscribed to the channel and have notifications turned on so you will be amongst the first to see it. But with that said, thank you so much for watching the episode, and a special thank you to all the channel members: Batrap the Games, Salmon Late, Teeters, Grayson, Tom XO, Kai, Digidog SP and Farcasted in the Steel tier, and Akons to Earth and Northern Ironman in the Runite tier. I will see you all next time with a very exciting chunk roll. Have a good one, everybody.